Stump Kitchen, gluten-free vegan eats, Stumptastic treats.
Come in. Oh, you're so good to me. Thank you. Hello. Happy holidays. I'm not doing okay. I don't really know where to begin because when I'm feeling like this, my brain doesn't work the way that I like it to. So I lose my ability to retain trains of thought, memory. I wanted this video to be a bit about my prosthetic journey update for my violin arm, as well as one a little bit about just like where I'm at in my mental health for right now. So I don't even know where to begin.
Do you like my new sweatshirt? It says kale.
Okay, here's the thing with my prosthetic. I've posted 2 videos about my violin arm journey, and they were both pretty positive and exciting. But I kind of hit a bit of a roadblock when I went for my 3rd or 4th appointment and I got to try the arm out for the first time. I took it home and it didn't work. It didn't sit right on my arm. It didn't function properly. I had very little control over the bow as I was bowing. It was such a disaster. A part of me shut down, a part of me that hasn't needed to shut down in a long time, because it was the first time in a long time that I felt like I couldn't do something, which might sound like, you know, not a big deal, but I've been able to find a workaround, either using different body parts or duct tape or whatever. Like, I've been able to do stuff. And I've had other prosthetics in my life that have been just fine and they've worked okay for their purposes. But with this, like, so much time and work and money went into making this arm, I felt so defeated when it didn't work. Like, I put it on and picked up this beautiful instrument to play it, and it was like trying to speak a new language and not being able to make any sound, or not even being able to like open your mouth. And I felt like this huge barrier between me and this instrument and my goal of wanting to learn how to play it. At the time, the only barrier that was coming up for me was me, my arm. Because of, you know, how I was made, who I am, that I can't do this thing, and that, you know, all this money and time has gone into creating this prosthetic for me to be able to do this, and it wasn't working. And so when that happened, it was kind of like the wind being knocked out of you. I just felt like helpless, pissed. I just wanted to hide, and I never got to the point where I hated my arm, but I don't know, maybe I hated the process of what I had to go through. There's probably a lot of people out there who are listening to this who haven't experienced needing a prosthetic to do something, and maybe it doesn't seem like that much of a big deal. But then I know that there are some of you out there who do have a limb difference, and you have received like a prosthetic that doesn't work for your body, and I know that maybe you feel like your body's betrayed you, or that there's something wrong with you. You're not alone. I think for some of us with a limb difference, the world's just like not quite built for us yet, and it should be. I think there's a lot of great things happening, but even on a bigger scale, anyone with a disability or a diverse way of being in the world, there's not enough space for us yet. Just because the world is based on certain standards and models of ability and the ways that bodies should be and should function and stuff. When I have an experience like that, when I, you know, tried the prosthetic and it was so absolutely wrong, and I was feeling bad about myself and my arm, you know, after a few days of just like really low depression, I guess, or just sadness, I started to get really angry. Started to think about all the other people who have had to go through this, who are given this thing that's supposed to support them in doing what they want to do and reaching the goals that they want to reach, and it betrays them in a way. I will say that one of the things that helped me through this process the most has been talking with my pal Angel. She is such an incredible advocate for folks with limb difference and has been an amazing support for me to find my voice in talking with my prosthetist and working through this process in a way that I felt and do feel heard and can say what I need and say what I want, and to not feel like I just have to accept the way that it is and accept if something doesn't work for me. I think as an adult, congenital amputee who only had prosthetics as a younger person. I forgot, or maybe I never learned what the process was like if it didn't work out for you. Like I didn't know that I could advocate for myself and I could ask for things to be different and I could look into other options. For the first few days I really wanted to just give up and just say F it, like I don't need to play the violin. But yeah, then I went through lots of different like stages of grief, I guess. So like sadness, anger, bit of bargaining, and then some acceptance. When I went to see Angel in Vancouver, we got to go to the prosthetics conference that she was presenting at. And it was at that place that I kind of got this like revived sense of agency over my body and what could be possible for me. So that was a really cool transformative trip for me because I got to try stuff out, I got to see people, talk to people, and they have had similar experiences as me. Needless to say, the whole prosthetic thing has taken a while because I've been back and forth with my prosthetist office. And actually, when I was at the conference, I met the manufacturer of the violin arm component, the one that's at the tip of my prosthetic, and he was able to chat with me about ways to kind of fix it, which was so nice. And so I took that information along with some flyers and information, I took it back to my prosthetist office, and based on that interaction and my talking with the company, we were able to make some adjustments. And I feel so mixed about that because I love the fact that that happened and that I got to find out what was wrong and what we could adjust and what I need for my body, etc. But I also kind of I guess I was a bit angry and resentful at my prosthetist's office because I feel like a lot of that should have been done by them. But I don't know, maybe we have to just be our own advocates. Like I honestly don't know what the culture is around prosthetists and, you know, finding that right fit. I guess I just assumed that they would do everything in their power to find the most perfect thing for that person. Because you're getting an extension of your body made. Like it's not just like, oh yeah, I know that this like prosthetic leg is gonna like give you blisters and stuff, but that's just part of having a prosthetic leg. It's like, no, we can adjust things and make those blisters less or non-existent. How can we change this? How can we work with this? Like, it's part of your body, for heaven's sake. So I'll show you my prosthetic, even though I'm still not at the point where I can emotionally and mentally like put it on and use it yet. I'll get into that in the new year. I'll show it to you. It's right here. Great. So here it is. So this is what it looks like. This is the kind of head of it, and the bow goes in there, and you can adjust it with this thingy thing. You can make it kind of pivot to anywhere that you want to and tighten it based on the angles that you need. And they had this cool fabric at the prosthetist place, so they just put it on. There's these like narwhal looking sock things that go on your arm. Pardon me. Then you have your mini baby narwhal, and then it goes in like this. This is the prosthetic, the bow goes in here, and I play like this. Yeah, this is like so weird. I haven't had this on in a little while because it's a little bit like, I don't know, it's just not the most fun thing to think about at the moment. Also because I'm currently experiencing some pretty shitty mental health stuff. Typically in a regular kind of equalized, balanced mood, I'm more able to access this and to use it and to think about it, but right now it's just not the time. So that goes back into my underwear drawer. I'm not going to talk about particular triggers or maybe reasons why I have been diagnosed with major depressive disorder and why I have anxiety. In part, I don't fully know, and I also do, but I don't want to like, that's not the point of this video. The point is that I have it and I experience it in my own way. So this time of year, pre-Christmas, is a particularly hard time of year, and my body, I'm lucky and cursed that it's quite in tune with, it's getting to be more in tune with my emotions and reacts for me. So like when anniversaries of hard things come up, my body reacts before I even consciously know what's happening. One thing that can happen is I will wake up crying. Panic attacks happen. I've had 2 so far in December. And that I think is because intellectually I'm like, I'm fine. I'm doing so good. Like it's been so long and I'm seeing all these professionals and I'm like working on my shit blah blah blah. And so when I have darker, deeper moods and times, there's like this dissonance of like, but I'm okay, what the heck? And so I kind of push it down and I don't maybe access it or deal with it as much as I had been, because I feel like I should be beyond that. And that suppression for me results in panic attacks. And I honestly don't really know the difference between panic and anxiety attacks. I just don't know which one I actually have. It feels like anxiety and panic together. I don't know. Because I'm dealing with more of the emotional weird triggers and whatever. I have no idea what I was gonna say. Oh, right, okay. So when I have these anxiety panic attacks, and I've had them before in my life, but for right now, they typically come at times when I'm very calm, like at nighttime, before bed. For me, they don't come at a time when I have any visible or active stressors that are happening. It's in the slower down times that those attacks come. The other thing I wanted to say about my own experience of depression, I feel like depression is such a, I wish it was more nuanced than that, because mine isn't necessarily yeah, there's lows and there's like, you know, but I experience it a lot of the times as, so physically and mentally, where my memory isn't as strong. I'm not able to concentrate on things that I read. I lose my own concentration on doing certain tasks. I forget what I'm doing. I forget appointments and things during the day, even if they're written down. It's kind of like if I was sitting on a dunk tank and the person throwing balls like hit the target and the seat drops from underneath my butt and I fall into cold water. It's like that feeling of the earth being pulled up from underneath you dozens of times per day. That's what it feels like for me. It's hard to explain. So what is the point of this video? Well, I don't really know. I guess I just wanted to make a video and just to be like, hi, I'm not doing the best at all right now. However, I want to emphasize that like not doing your best and not doing okay is totally valid anytime, and especially right now. And just because I'm not doing okay at the moment doesn't mean that, I don't know, that things need to change in how people react and interact with me, or that I need to change. I guess what I need to change is just like my expectations for myself, because I feel like when I'm having a darker episode, I think I can do everything the same, but that's not the case. So reminding myself that my expectations for my days right now need to be very different. Not putting too much on my plate, not scheduling too much, letting friends know if I'm comfortable with it, letting them know where I'm at. So if I do need to bail, reschedule, or have a cry in the middle of our time together, they kind of know where I'm coming from. But also just like giving myself permission to just be exactly how I need to be. And that took me years to learn. Yeah, it sounds like it's easy. It's not. Obviously, it's not easy. None of this is easy. Of course, none of this is f***ing easy. So what I'm trying to say is, I'm not doing okay, but that is okay. I have strategies and I have people. I have built my life in a way that I can fall into these f***ing black holes. I know that I won't disappear. So that's lucky. And if you have any of your own strategies for how you can fall and not disappear, feel free to leave them down below, because I think that's really important to talk about. When I'm in this state, it's like, this is the only reality that I know. And I know that there's going to be some people watching who have not experienced mental health challenges like this, who might be like, you're fine, you're so happy, and blah, 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 all these things. But then I know it's not accurate. I do remember what it was like before I experienced my own mental health issues. I do remember just being like, nah, mental health, depression, it's a whole new language. I have no concept of that experience. I don't know what it's like. I didn't pretend to know, but I didn't get it. But I also know that there are so many of you who do experience this, or a form of your own mental health like challenge and journey. Just to know that there's other people that feel even an ounce of this it's absolutely heartbreaking. And how do you tell someone that they're not alone when you know that it's so hard to believe when you do feel alone, you know, trapped in your head or whatever? It's such a weird paradox or whatever, I don't know. I woke up this morning, almost had a panic attack, had a big cry. My panic attacks, they come with stomach feeling really weird, then my skin starts to crawl, almost like I'm getting sick, like either physically stomach sick or a bit flu sick. And then a few minutes later, it like comes to big cries, sometimes some shaking, but mostly like big cries, and Pardon me. One thing that was cool is that I went to the gym today. I didn't, like, waking up, I didn't think I'd be able to go to the gym. Getting to the gym was like a huge win for me. That doesn't always happen. And so I think over the holidays, I'm going to kind of take the lead of a lot of the big YouTubers out there and take a bit of a holiday break in posting. I also have CBC footage that I have to get through as well. I need to take a bit of a break from my regular posting schedule and come back fresh in the new year. It's so funny because I feel so crappy doing that, because like you have this like mentality as a content creator, you're like always gotta be posting stuff, but that's not true. Like I'm always gonna be around. It doesn't matter when I post. Like I don't know. Whoa, did you hear that? Oh, it went away. I love and respect you very, very much for watching this, just for being on this earth with me. We're all just doing the best that we can, and that's all we can ever do. So yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, blah, blah, blah. You know what, this is a good reminder, like, even though I go through waves of, you know, dark times, depression, etc., somehow, I don't know why or how, but somehow every one of those days, there's something I find beauty or joy in, and I either laugh out loud or I'm taken aback by like a beautiful blue jay that I see on a tree, or the snowfall, or cooking a meal, if I can even do that, laugh at something, or I'll laugh in spite of myself. It's so interesting to see myself have those moments of joy that are just like so insular. They're just like joy and then back to darkness. It's so interesting and I love it. Yeah. Be gentle with yourself. We're all just getting through December in all the best ways that we can. And I'm cheering you on. Bye. What a video.